to class number 40. So we've actually got 4-0 now. We've got 6 beginners classes, all the classes are below, and we've had 2 weeks off in that time, so we've done sort of 48 weeks of lockdown now, so fingers crossed we'll be coming out of that soon. Don't forget guys, make sure your flow's clear, make sure you got a drink to rehydrate while you're doing this, and if you're not feeling too good, go and see your doctor. All the health and safety is below. Also, don't forget to sign up and just click on the bell so that we'll inform you of anything new that we've got coming out, which is usually one weekly class, and then we'll throw in some cabaret and a few things like that during that as well. So guys, enjoy the class, a little bit different with a lift this time, so please enjoy, and we're going to start it nice and slowly as we always do, and it's going to look a little bit like this to start. So we're going to start in hold. I'm going to go forward on my left and the lady's going to go back on the right, so we're mirroring each other. I'm going to step slightly to the left as the lady steps on her right between my legs, and that's because I've drawn the lady through me. Okay, ladies, don't be tempted to try and walk around the man and try and get her, because it won't work. Okay, you go through your fella. Okay, gents, we're going to go to our left now and put pivot over to the left and turn the lady across. Okay, ladies, you'll land on your left and you go back on your right. So from this side we go 1, out of the way, 2, 3 and 4. Now as we get to 4 and the lady's actually going 3.5, so on the heartbeat 3 and a 4, we're going to let go and come down the hand. Okay, so this right hand of the man will go down the left arm of the lady and collect fingertip to fingertip. Now the ladies are still forward on the left, the weight's slightly gone back onto the right. So as we bring the weight forward onto the left, the lady will forward on her right, on her left. Okay? Now, in full time, this right hand is going to stay on the right side of my body. The left hand is going to come across and lead the lady to the left. So we're going to go step, step. Now if you can see the camera there, this right hand, lady's left, is still on my right side, the left hand is there. So as we start to now pivot the lady on her left foot, the right foot becomes free, and this right hand now stays out, still in my body length here, okay? And then as we bring her back across, she just does a little ronde, a little pivot, and the left hand stays to the left, the right hand stays to the right, and as these hands come out, if I can just let go for 1 second, the hands are really just going across over there and out, cross over there and out. So it's almost like that, okay? Not to each side, okay? We're not doing that. That's the jive, that's a 60s dance, okay? So from the beginning, we're going to go 1, out the way, pivot, down the arm, walk the lady in, pivot. Now my body is going out for emphasis on every swing round. So as the lady's on my right, I go over to my left. As the lady's on the left, I go over to my right. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And this time as we go over to our right, I'm going to let go to pivot the lady out. My weight's still on the left. Lady's weight has gone to the right. Okay, and we're still in this nice little line. Now, with the right hand now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot the lady in, but keep hold almost. So it's there. And just as she wraps into there, I'm going to start to let go, and this hand is going to go up to the shoulder blade, okay? Ladies, you've got your little beach ball, so as that hand comes in, it goes over the man's arm.
It's important to keep your elbow high, but be aware of the man's face, because otherwise you're going to get trapped.
Yep, so again, if you just keep that nice and close to your body, so you've got that beach ball, it's not reaching out, okay? It's going up and over. So imagine with this hand, it's going to keep into your body and dropping over onto the man's shoulder. We've got the lady's shoulder blade here, but what's happened in the meantime as the lady's been spinning in, I've turned to face in the same time the lady's spinning, and then as we get to this point here, we collect, and I'll show you this in full time, but we're just going to actually go back into a nice big lunge, okay? And it has to be quite a big lunge this time. So at full speed, that would look like this. I'm facing that way, the lady's facing that way. As the lady starts to turn, I start to turn, I've let go, I've got the shoulder blade, and then as the lady's got all her weight on her left leg, the leg furthest away from the camera, my leg is on the right because we're mirroring, so my left leg's free, the right lady's leg's free, I go down and lift, boom, okay? And then we get that nice little lunge. Now if we just step back a little bit, what's happening here is, well, let's do it from this side actually. So what's happening is this hand is being useful. So this hand isn't doing much except creating shape, but as this hand drops down, the lady feels that disappearing, so the lady automatically goes with it as it starts to come down. And then because it's right underneath the lady's arm, as I go back into this lunge, I don't just lunge back, because that pulls the lady forward and does nothing. I have to lift the lady and then drop. Okay. Now, as I'm lifting the lady, it's gentle, it's not too high. It's almost like creating an arc. Okay, it's a rainbow effect. We've now got the pot of gold. Okay, so as we lift and drop, boom. And then from here, it's going to, because we're quite close, it's really slow. We bring the lady in, we slide the foot, and then the lady's leg here is going to slide past ours onto the right. Okay, so lady's left onto our right. So from there, as we go down up, and then we slide, and as we slide, I'm starting, if you notice that, to turn the lady so that she has to put a weight onto her left leg as she would. And then normally what would happen from there is you just get to a bit outstep. So it becomes almost like a basic, a first move. But we're going to change it, and because we're close, we can. If we had a little bit of distance there, you wouldn't be able to do it. This arm is too close to the hand. What happens is it has to almost be here. So we've got a lot more then to lift our lady. Okay, so the foot pattern, we're going to go forward on the lady's right, left back, put the pressure on that foot. The right foot slides for the man, the left foot slides for the lady round. And then from here, we're going to go and lift the lady up. So I've got another little down, and this hand then drops to get support. This hand is still very close on the lady's arm. If we think about lifting anything, okay, if you lift and you've got something out there, and I try and lift Jane up there, it's not going to happen. She's going to feel like she weighs a ton, okay, and that's not her fault.
That's not just lockdown weight, yeah.
But if I'm here and I try to lift, so much easier. Here, hernia. Here, lift. Okay, so that's why we have to get under this arm. Okay, so that move would go like this. So this arm is quite in there, so we're going to go and 1 and 2, 3, and 1, slide 2, down, up, and 3. Let Jane tell you what the foot pattern is on that now as she goes into that. So Jane, we're going to go forward on the right. Here we go, Jane.
Right, sliding forward the left, pushing up on the left, lifting the right, and then putting the left down once the right's on the floor.
Okay, so the right hits the floor, the left now comes down into position so we can turn the lady to face. And then all we're going to do to finish this move is just something for the men, because we've just been doing lifting at the moment. As we break, we're going to go on the inside leg, over with the lady's hand, turn to face, hook the right, under, and back up. And that's just a move that we did a few weeks back, just for practice. Okay, so guys, we're just going to do the ladies part now for the lift, because the ladies, obviously, as I said before, we create tension in this hand as we lift the lady up here. That's for the gent and for the lady. So the lady's pushing on that almost as though she's getting out of a swimming pool. She's pushing down. And then the other arm that's on the shoulder has to be tight as well, so it's supported there. So that's pushing down onto the man's shoulder. So you've then got an equal frame either side. It's no good pushing down on one or the other, because you will tip. Okay?
It's a bit like a while ago when Keith was talking about your space, my space, not to collapse into the man when he does that lunge forward. So it's easy to feel like you're being dragged forward, and if you've got no tension, your weight distribution would be wrong. Yeah, so again, what we've gone back to is core strength. All dance moves are used with core strength, and often it's not talked about in classes because we don't have enough time, which is a real shame, because it makes dancing so much easier. If you watch a professional dancer, everything comes from the core. And with this, as the lady's gone forward, and then she gets to here, she's gone forward, but she's still kept her own core. Okay? As she moves round to here, she's keeping her core. As she goes up, comes down, she keeps her core. As she comes round, she's still a core. But it mainly has that effect when we lunge, and this is why it's best as well that we're lunging quite close together. If we get further out, we won't get that lift. Remember, we talked about that. So we're quite close, so we've got a good core strength. So although we're close, Jane's not actually making contact with me, okay, because she's got good core. I've got some resistance here, but also it's important this hand, when it goes down, that I tend to lock out my elbow a little bit, so I've got some strength there, and I'm pushing up on this shoulder and on this platform here.
Okay, and then that's where it happens slightly too soon there, but as we get to here, she doesn't know what's happening yet, but as I lower this hand and start to slide in and around, then I've locked mine and she can feel that she locks hers. This is on the shoulder, so as we lift, back down and up, okay? Again, the closer you are, as we talked about before, the much easier it is to lift. The further away your partner is, the much heavier she becomes, and as I said before, it's not her fault. Okay, here, so we've got and lunge, slide, lift, down, break, inside leg, onto the shoulder. Ladies, let gravity work, so don't drop the hand. It's still being supported by the man's shoulder.
Get the elbow high.
It's still now being supported by the man's back, and the elbow is high, as Jane said. We duck a little bit, we go into the knees more than anything, and then as we come back up, hello, catch. So we've just got a little forward, out the way and pivot, down the arm and collect, 2 steps to the lady, right, left. Hand stays on the outside of the man again. As we pivot, we go to the opposite side of the lady, opposite side of the lady, opposite side. And this time as we come to here, I'm going to let go. We're now looking that direction, both of us, so we've turned and we've got a nice line coming down. I'm going to flick spin with the right hand and I'm going to cover the base by moving up towards the lady, collecting the shoulder blade, lunge, pivot, back round to face. Make sure you come back to face. It's no good if you're off angle and then you push the lady away, because you know we've gone on the wrong angles. Now we need to work at right angles, 90 degrees, 180 degrees. Otherwise the lady doesn't know where the man is and she feels out of place. Gents, we don't often realise that, but the ladies, when they go, often they've been spinning and it's like, oh, where's he going now? And I'm going to do this hook spin, and now I've got to sort of try and get around the lady, which takes an extra step. And then I'm at a funny angle, and then we're dancing again, and I come up. So whenever you finish a move, do it like you would with a dance class. Start facing each other, end the move, finish facing each other, or finish at an angle deliberately. Bring it back in, boom, okay. Send it back out, boom, okay. So whenever we go over the lady's head, we come back to face. We've got a nice line. Okay guys, so last time from this position here, we're going to go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Close the spin. Boom. Slide. Turn. Up. Down. Face. Break. Inside leg. Shoulder. Under. And over. Guys, class number 40. We hope you've enjoyed. A little bit of exertion there. We thought we'd put a bit of exercise in since it's 40 weeks since any of us went to the gym. Not quite, but you know what I mean. Guys, thank you very much indeed. Don't forget to like, click on the bell, and we will see you next week. All the very best. Have a good week. Bye for now. If you like our videos, click the like button, the little thumbs up. If you want to see more of our videos and be part of our little group, press subscribe. And if you'd like to be notified of any new videos coming out, then press the bell as well.